Alright guys, what is going on? BusterBarnes here, bringing you another Fantasy Premier League video where this time we are going over and recapping Game Week 16 as well as going over and previewing the future Game Week 17 which does start on New Year's Day. It is currently New Year's Eve. If you guys do enjoy this video, please be sure to leave a like, comment down below how your Game Week 16 went and what you're planning on doing for Game Week 17, and as always do be sure to subscribe for more Fantasy Premier League content. But with that said, let's take a quick look into how I got on in Game Week 16. And just quickly, if you guys do want to join the official BusterBarnes FPL League, the league code is at the top of the screen. So, as you can see, we got 38 points, which was 1 point above the average. What is it with us and getting 1 point above the average lately? Unfortunately, it's never enough to get a green arrow. We are now ranked 392,724, so almost in the 100,000 rank drop. Mainly because, obviously, when you're in the top sort of 500k of players, you are going to see big drops and big increases made depending on how your week goes. Hopefully, we don't fall beyond my rank last season. That would be a little bit disheartening, but yeah, it was a crazy game week, guys, to be honest. Man City versus Everton getting postponed, same with Tottenham versus Fulham. That meant that I believe 5 of my starting players were unable to play. As you can see, Calvert-Lewin there, Kane, who was my captain, wasn't able to play. Luckily that got moved to Fernandes, who was pretty much the next person I would have captained anyway. He got an assist, Saka got an assist, so at least he was a decent transfer for Pulisic. I would have got less if I didn't make that. The only good thing that's sort of promising is that Mitchell, Kilman and Brewster, who are all on my subs bench, did all play, so at least they came on to add 6 points. A bit frustrating because Kilman would have actually got 6 points or maybe more with Wolves keeping a clean sheet to Manchester United for so long, but they did concede in about the 93rd minute, which was probably deserved from a game stance, but I mean for an FPL stance it was a little bit disappointing. But yeah, hopefully my week isn't as affected as it would be. However, if we do quickly go ahead, as you can see, I'm not too sure what's going to happen with the Man City-Chelsea game or the Burnley-Fulham game, so I guess that will have to be reviewed and looked at. We might not even find out until the game week deadline anyway. But if we do go over the fixtures that did actually happen, Crystal Palace won, Leicester won, a bit of a disappointing result for Leicester. Chelsea won, Villa won. On another day, it might have been seen as a decent result against a Villa side that's on good form, but Chelsea really looking for a win. Chilwell getting an assist though, so if you have him, that's pretty good. Arsenal actually continuing their wins, getting 2 in a row, this time a 1-0 against Brighton, like I said. Saka looking quite promising for a goal. Lacazette scoring for the 2nd time in a row. Burnley 1, Sheffield United 0. Nothing really much to say there. Southampton and West Ham 0-0. If you had defenders from them, because I know that people like Soufal, Walker Peters are, pretty well owned. West Brom and Leeds 5-0. Pretty much, I guess, the only exciting fixture that happened that week in terms of more than 2 goals were scored. Players like Bamford, players like Ayling. You've really got to watch your fixtures with Leeds, because there'll be some where they'll probably just batter smaller teams and others where they'll get battered by the bigger teams. United's 1, Wolves 0. Fernandes getting an assist, and surprisingly Newcastle 0, Liverpool 0. So for me, Red Robertson, that was absolutely fine, but I'm sure some people will be a little bit annoyed if they captain, say, Salah or Mane for this game week. But that was how my week did go, guys. Please do leave a comment below on how your game weeks went. So getting into my team quickly, and there is not loads to say yet. Tariq Lamptey though still on the Reds. Now, one thing that I did notice, which I actually didn't notice until just now, is that we actually have an extra fixture on game week 18. Burnley and Manchester United are facing off, which is very interesting. It means that I don't have to, and I just won't, get rid of Bruno Fernandes. Now, that leaves me 2 transfers up until that week, and I've got Lamptey and I've got Robertson. Now, Lamptey I think is pretty much confirmed not to be playing until the 13th of Jan, and who knows how he'll be then. Robertson obviously won't be playing that week either, so this actually falls quite nicely to me. Maybe I actually get rid of Lamptey this week. Now, the reason I haven't done that yet, guys, is I'm still, looking back and forth on who I should be trying to bring in, but that has really just sprung to mind, and maybe that is a bit of a blessing in disguise for me, but who knows what matches will even be postponed that week. Honestly, at this time in winter, we have no clue what's going on, so it is really just a fingers crossed, hope and pray that your team's players aren't affected, but it looks like that a few teams are. because obviously in that week we have Man City versus Brighton, so who knows what's going to happen with that fixture. I assume that a few weeks ahead that should be fine and go forth, but maybe this is a sign for me to replace Lamptey, but we'll see obviously what happens in the next episode and what I did do. But besides that, the team's exactly the same. I chose to captain Kane against Leeds because Leeds usually have some high scoring games against the bigger teams, I guess unless it was against Arsenal, so who knows, to be honest, how it could go. But I think Kane seems like the clear choice. Villa have been good away from home, so that's why Fernandes gets vice rather than regular. Hopefully Saka can pick up some points against West Brom, who just got battered. Mahrez against Chelsea away, that match might not even happen, so hopefully one of my bench players does get some minutes. I might actually swap some of these over, just do that, because Brewster is not on the nicest form right now. Martinez, Calvert-Lewin against West Ham. He obviously didn't play the week before, so hopefully we can see a big return from him. But yeah, guys, that is going to be my team. I'll obviously let you know what happens with Lamptey. But looking at the fixtures, we do have Everton versus West Ham, which should be good. Manchester United v Aston Villa. A game that I'd focus on is Spurs versus Leeds. I think having Spurs attackers would be good. I think Leeds attackers would still be good as well. It just seems that in these Leeds versus big teams type of games, it is actually the attackers that do get the big returns here. Another game that I would focus on is probably going to be Crystal Palace versus Sheffield United. In the case of defenders, I think both teams have decent defences. I think Sheffield United have been unlucky to concede goals, so I do think that getting in defenders from either team could be a shout. I believe they're both actually playing the week after as well in Gameweek 18, so could be a nice little differential. And the other game that I think I would look at is maybe actually Newcastle versus Leicester. Now, I know Newcastle just kept a clean sheet against Liverpool. That was mainly also due to Cole Darlow having an amazing game. Can he have an amazing game twice in a row? Will Newcastle keep such a good defence twice in a row? I don't actually think so. So I think some Leicester attackers would actually be a decent shout to make. But that is it, guys. As you can see, I've actually got the cup there, which actually starts this week, I think. So best of luck to everyone on that. But that is going to be my team for Game Week 17. Like I said, Lamptey might change, but who knows at this point. I do hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please be sure to leave a like, join the league code at the top of the screen, and to subscribe for more Fantasy Premier League content. I do hope you guys all have the happiest of New Year's, and I will see you in 2021, which will hopefully be a much better year for everyone. Hope you all have a nice day, and I'll see you next time.